my friends, this is Daniel Aldie, and today I want to talk with you about how you can overcome parental pressures. Now, basically, this is when you want to live your life in a certain way, but your parents are telling you that you have to take the route that they suggest. So let me share some tips with you that I believe can help you to break free and do the thing that you want to do. First of all, it's important to know that it's good to follow your parents' advice. It's good to understand what they want you to do. But if it's interfering with your purpose, then that's a problem. You see, I understand exactly what it means when your parents want you to be a certain way. It makes complete sense. They want you to be safe, they want you to be on the right path, and they want you to be successful. Now, I personally understand if you are going through that situation too. Maybe your parents are telling you, go to school and get good grades and get a job, and eventually you're going to be able to live the life you want. And in your mind, you're like, you know what, there's so many young people that are millionaires. There's so many people that are successful. There's so many people that haven't gone to school, but yet they seem to be where they want to be. It might seem like a major contradiction. So listen up for these 4 tips, because I believe that it can help you to break through and allow you to see a greater vision of yourself and help your parents understand where you want to be. So listen up. The first tip is to understand them. Your parents are giving you this advice because that's all they know. They're telling you to go to school and get good grades and get a job because that's what they know. And so you really have to know exactly what they think. You see, maybe your parents have not been able to achieve the kind of success that they want, and they've seen this predictable path. Maybe it's through the military or through school or through a certain job that they're telling you to take because they believe that's the right path for you. But you might have a different idea. And so you really need to listen to them. You might think you understand, but if you really ask them some good questions and hear their stories, maybe you'll be able to connect the dots and realize why their fear could also be your fear as well. When I talk about fear, what I'm basically saying is that as we grow along in life, we think about our parents' advice. And if they've installed certain fear into our mind, like for instance, if you don't go to school, you won't get a good job, then it might affect us later in our life. So it's best to break it down early in our age and fully understand what our parents are saying so we can use that knowledge to not only understand them, but understand ourselves. Now let me give you a personal example. When I was 18 years old, I was graduating high school, and my dad highly suggested that I join the military. Now, I didn't want to join the military, not because I didn't like them. I truly support them, but I didn't believe it was the right thing for me to do. I knew that I either wanted to start a business or go to school, and so I decided to go to school. I went to a community college, and it really helped me to develop my mindset and the acumen I needed in order to get the academic degrees to get to the next level. Now, this really helped me, and I could have went that way, the way that my dad was suggesting, but I decided that if I wanted to really follow my dreams, I had to go with my heart. And my dad wasn't offended because I understood him and he understood me. This actually leads us to our second point, which is to know your options. Maybe your parents are suggesting a certain plan because that's all they know, but that's also all you know. And so what you need to do is to study all of your options, take inventory of all your opportunities, and start to really consider whether or not you can go about and take these opportunities. Maybe you're starting out and you're really young and you don't have that many ideas. Do some quick research online and start looking for certain opportunities and ask yourself, can I do that? Can I work that job? Can I start that business? Can I join the military? Should I go to school? And try to figure out which ways you can support yourself in order to make that decision. The third tip is to explain yourself. Now that you understand what your parents want you to do and you know your options, now it's time to finally tell them what it is you plan to do. There's a lot of times where you're going to have to talk to your parents, and sometimes it's extremely hard because you're looking at your heroes basically. You're looking at your mentors, you're looking at your leaders, and you're telling them that you're choosing to go a different route that they've been suggesting for basically your whole entire life. I personally remember the day when I was dropping out of school. I remember coming up to my parents and telling them that I'm planning to move within 2 weeks. They were astonished. They couldn't believe it. They still didn't believe it, even though I had my boxes packed and I was ready to take the U-Haul truck to move to my next place. But what I had to do was explain what it was I needed to do and who I needed to be in order to reach my full potential, and they fully accepted my proposition. Like I said before, explaining yourself to your parents isn't the easiest thing to do, but if you do it over and over again, eventually you're going to break through and you're going to allow them to fully understand. A lot of times they might not understand, it might take them years to fully get it. But eventually, you're going to be able to do your own thing and live the life that you were called to live. The fourth and last tip is to live your purpose. Now that you understand them and you found your options and you explained yourself, now it's time to take action. When you go out and you live your vision and you deliver your purpose, you'll always realize that your parents will be happy with you. Depending on your situation, the first few years might be a little challenging. They might not accept what you want to do. And so you're going to just need to stick with it. You're going to have to be persistent. You might be building a business, you might be going to school, you might be working a job, whatever it is. You might even have to move out to a different country. Just stay persistent and keep working on yourself until that day you can have the next conversation with your parents. Always remember that when you live your purpose, your parents will be happy. And if your parents aren't happy, find some other parents. There's going to be some elderly figures that are going to be able to take care of you. So keep on looking, because remember, the people that you're looking for are also looking for you. If you want to overcome parental pressures, make sure you follow these 4 tips. Remember, it doesn't have to be something that you're doing right now on a professional level to get to your career. It could be something very personal. It could be something with your money, or with your relationships, or even with your religion. Either way, try to find a way to follow these steps, and eventually you're going to get to where you need to be.